Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Hello, everybody! Good evening! Hello! Hi! Hello, Kobes! Hello, Dig! Hello, Not At All Dig! Hello, Tyrek! Hello, Kobes with a mustache! Hello, Asterism! Hello, Melly! Hello, Asterix! Oh my gosh! Hello, Riri! Hello, Scarletify! Hi, guys! A beat-oof! Hello, Solar Vertex! Welcome to the stream! Oh my god, a beat of Prince Ace, thank you for the follow! Hello, welcome! Oh my gosh, how are you guys doing? I'm sorry about the mic issue, if you would even believe it. Oh my god, Solar Vertex, thank you for the follow as well! Thank you both you guys! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, thank you guys! Yes, we're so close to the follower goal! Almost at 250, that's so exciting! Oh, it's good to see you guys. I know I've been gone for a while. Nondescript, thank you so much for the resub! Thank you! Oh my gosh, thank you for the resub, Nondescript. I appreciate that so much. And thank you for the 6 months! That's amazing, thank you! Dig, hello! Oh my gosh, yes, it's been a bit. I've been busy. I had a lot of stuff going on. I visited my sea brother and his girlfriend way off in the States, and we had a lot of fun there. Yuzuki, hello! Astrism told you to come here, and here you are. Awesome. Oh, thank you for the thirsty redeem, Riri. Ah, thank you. And then I went with my sea mom to the lake for a while, and now I'm back for a little bit before I go on another trip. So it's been a busy couple of weeks, but I'm having a lot of fun. But literally I was like out there sitting at the lake, like we had this nice Airbnb literally right on the lake water, and I was like sitting there, I was like, I miss streaming. I wish I could stream tonight. So it was just so funny. Ah! Thank you for the You're Mine redeem, and thank you Nondescript for adding to the Jacopo challenge. Honestly, it only has 5 days left. I don't know if we'll get there because I have not been streaming, which is my own bad. But even if we don't get there, we'll find some other fun thing to do for sure. It's partially because I wanted to see Mr. Shams, but also because I missed hanging out with you guys, you know? It's just like, it's fun getting to stream, and I don't, you know, it's different from playing games on your own, and it's like, at least it was nice I got some good time to make sure that I watched lots of other people's streams, which is a lot of fun too. Aw, thank you, Tirek, I appreciate that very much. I did have a very good time, I had a really good trip. I did not organize all the, like, you know, fun pictures and stuff that I wanted to be able to show you guys from the trip, but I'm thinking maybe I'll do that on my stream, my next stream after this weekend, next week. So, yeah, it's awesome to be back. I'm happy to be back, and it's good to see you guys. I hope you've been doing well. There's been so much fun stuff happening with, like, other streamers, like, both in and out of Prismaria. It's been great. I see that you guys have been playing a lot in Melly's new Ark server, it looks like. That looks like so much fun. I have Ark, I got it fairly recently, but I haven't played it at all yet because I knew Melly, I think, mentioned offhand that she wanted to do something like that at some point. So I haven't played it yet, so I'm thinking maybe I'll do like a stream the first time I play it, and we can have a lot of fun while I try and figure out the game and stuff. Yeah, Ark kind of scares me too, Asterix. I feel that, but I'm like, you know what? If I'm just goofing around with everybody, it'll be fine, even if I'm a little scared, or even if I'm bad at it. You've been dying a lot, it really is fun. I'm glad it's fun. I definitely want to check it out, because I'm like, ooh, everybody's having fun, I want to see what's going on. It looks like a really good time. So I hope you guys have been having a great time as well, and I'm happy to be here. Ooh, glasses toggle. Do I remember what I set that to? No, that was not. No. No, that's not the glasses toggle. There it is. No glasses now. I put in my contacts. Everyone's gonna be riding T-Rexes. Like, what runs with a stick? I think that'd be funny, though. I think that would be so funny. Oh my gosh. But yes, that's definitely something I want to get to as soon as I, you know, find a good day for it. So that's something I have in the future alongside my other streams that I'll be getting back on track after this next upcoming weekend. But for now, that's not the right screen. This is the right screen. Oh my god. Oh my god. Did my model freeze? YouTube Studio, I'm begging you. Oh, it's not YouTube Studio, it's OBS. There we go. There we go. There we go, we're good. For now, it's Ace Attorney time! And look! The title screen changed! Oh my gosh! I don't think it was different before this. I don't think it was like this before this. I think it was like the courtroom. And now look, it's Shams and Iris' apartment! That's so cute! Oh my gosh! Oh, OBS. I think it got mad that I, like, switched scenes like that so quickly. I think it was like, just pick one, but now it seems good. Game music seems a bit loud. Okay. Oh, yep, I sure did not turn that down. Okay, how is this? Game music is crunchy. Okay, does it sound crunchy to everybody? Because if it's crunchy, I can definitely try and fix that. Better for volume. Is the crunch still there? Can't hear the crunch anymore either? Okay, maybe that was just it clipping from being too loud. Let me know if that does come back. Oh, the title screen changes depending on where you saved? That's so cool! That's so fun! Alright, I guess that makes sense, because yeah, last time we did end off in Shams and Iris' apartment. That's where we got our last to be continued. So let's get back into it. I'm really excited. Alright, let's catch back up on where we were at. It was the 19th of February at 2:38 p.m. and we're on Briar Road. Oh, we better see Sholmes this episode. If we don't, I'm gonna riot too, Asterix. Don't worry. Don't worry, I'm gonna be rioting too. Okay, I'm gonna also open the court record. Oh, we did not get much evidence this time, or last time. So, yeah, it's just the victim. Let's see, the victim is not actually dead in this case. They are just injured, but it was a stabbing, and it took place here on Briar Road, this corner right here. Let's see. Oh, yes. Oh, look at the flowers on Iris's card. I know, I need to see a dumb man. I need to. Oh, there's a little, is that a stamp or a coin? This is a 5-shilling piece, isn't it? I believe it's called a crown. Yes, and you can train a Scotland Yard detective to do whatever you want with just a single one. Iris must be the most powerful 10-year-old in the world. How much is 5 shillings, by the way? What's it really worth? Well, it's probably enough to buy all the chips the inspector could possibly eat in a whole month. That's greasy. Listen, there is a dumb man dancing in front of me, that's true. Oops, I did not mean to do that again. Let's turn it around. The gentleman in black, whatever he wants to know, I trust that won't be a problem. Iris Wilson, aw, she signs her signature with a little heart. That's so cute. Iris's little handwriting is adorable, isn't it? It is. She's so cute. Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem? Yes. The handwriting might be adorable, but the message is ominous. There's no room for sentiment there. I'm sure it's simply the way you're interpreting it, Mr. Naruhodo. Anyway, I do hope the inspector will tell us what we need to know when he reads it. You don't think it will just make him munch piping hot chips until steam comes out of his ears, do you? Well, that wouldn't be an entirely terrible outcome. I love Susato. Alright, that was all the evidence we have so far. I guess that makes sense, because we only really just decided that we're gonna kind of take on this whole, like, case. We're on Copium already! Copium until Sholmes appears? Okay, let's do it. That makes sense. Let me get it ready. Oh no, is it gone because VTube Studio updated? Are you... Wait, no, this is backgrounds. That's the problem. That's the problem. There we go. I still have Copium. Let's put it on. Stop it. I know VTube Studio. You just updated. That's all it is. Okay. And then... Copium. I'm getting it. And we're gonna make that a reasonable size. I know! I should have hit down up here again. Okay, we're good. We are good. We have our Copium. Well, luckily, even if the Copium itself was gone, I would still have the files saved, so I'd be able to just re-add it. But I had a moment where I was like, no, not the Copium, I need that. Oh, let me reposition this. It's a little bit angy on my face. The mask is a little bit temperamental, but we'll do our best to keep it on right. It looks as though the police are still here, carrying on with their investigation. Perfect! So let's find Inspector Gregson as quickly as possible. Yes, and let's see if he'll take a break from his chips to look at that silver tip Iris gave us for him. There he is. Alright. Yeah, how to make a VTuber panic removing their assets. So true! Nothing worse than that. Alright, take this. Oh, okay. Sorry to say I don't. Okay, we probably need to get him into the right conversation. Oh, wait, no, I was wrong. Since it didn't have, like, the take that or show this or didn't show up the item right away, I assumed it wasn't. Whoops. We have these for you. A present from Miss Iris Wilson. What? From me? From her ladyship? Yeah, it's refilling fish and chips, man! Yay! Her ladyship? Give that here, at once. Come on, hand it over. That's for me. Every time I see this man, I want to eat potato wedges so bad. Me too. Makes me hungry for them. Don't wait for me to give it to you, will you? Uh-oh, this guy knows Iris is a big deal. What was that coin exactly? It's a silver crown, obviously. It's a lot more than that. It's, well, it's an appearance fee. That's what it is. God. I feel like this guy was... I'm like, need to rechannel. I'm pretty sure his voice was like, Spider-Man, get me pictures of Spider-Man. No, it's not quite like, get me pictures of Spider-Man. Something like that. That's what I'm trying to channel. I'm very good at impressions, as you guys have learned. I'm very talented. Thank you. An appearance fee. Oh, I see. You mean... Yeah, J. Jonah Jameson. That's right. For the adventures of Sherlock Sholmes. Her ladyship always offers me a little financial reward for featuring me. Every time. Yes, yes, of course. I know all about your exploits, Inspector. I read them avidly. Of course. Her using my name without my say-so does make me the butt of a lot of unpleasant jokes, but still. I am sorry, Inspector. That must be difficult for you. Never you mind that. So, what do you want to know then, eh? I was nearly a fault to give my boy Peter up with that impression. Oh. Parker, I need those photos of Spider-Man on my desk. Parker! I love Spider-Man a lot. Sorry? Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem, it says. Well, obviously it's not a problem. Go on, fire away. What do you want to know? I know, I want infinite chips, please. Well, if you wouldn't mind, Inspector, we'd very much like to know the address of Mr. Natsume's lodgings. Ah, the little knife-wielding, mustached Japanese fellow. He lives in a right old hovel. It's just over there. Look. Have a good lurk, Riri! Good to see you here! On the first floor of that house on the corner where that wreck of a bicycle's propped up. Oh. That is nearby indeed. If I remember rightly, the landlord is a Mr. John Gardeb. Right. Well, if you see her again, you make sure you give her ladyship my regards, you hear? I mean it. You tell her that Gregson sends his very best wishes. Don't worry, Inspector. We will. Goodbye for now, then, and long live her ladyship. You got some cheat codes to enter? I think you need to, like, do a special quest to unlock the dev build. I'm pretty sure that's what you need to do. Well, at least he told us what we wanted to know before he left. Yes, so then, shall we go and see what we can find in Mr. Natsume's lodgings? Definitely. Alright. A new location. Alright. The lodgings of Mr. Soseki Natsume, according to the information gleaned from Inspector Gregson. I know, right? It kind of sucks, but like, IRL is kind of a shitty game to begin with. You know, like, it's really not worth the money we put into paying a sub every month. 19th of February, Mr. Natsume's lodgings. Ooh. Ooh, a maid. May I help you? Yes, would this be the residence of Mr. John Gardeb? Indeed it would, sir. And who may I say is calling? My name is Ryonosuke Naruhodo. I am... Mr. Naruhodo is representing Mr. Soseki Natsume. I believe he takes lodgings here. Let's see, you've been replaying AA3 with a friend, and it's so nice that this game lets you go to any location at any time. Oh man, yeah, I feel that. I haven't played the, like, very first trilogy in quite a while. I bet I would be just, like, shocked by how much quality of life they added in the newer games, and especially this one. We would very much like to ask him some questions about our client. One moment, please. I shall convey the message to Mr. Gardeb. Did you see that, Miss Susato? That was a real-life English maid! I know! As I understand it, anyone of standing in English society employs a number of household staff. But that was the first time I've ever seen one in the flesh. Oh, this day keeps getting better! It certainly feels like we've really arrived now, doesn't it? We need only to meet a butler, and the experience will be complete. Well, I'm not sure if I'd go that far, but I understand the sentiment. It's so cute whenever they get excited about, like, stuff from England. I love, like, just the little reminders of how, like, everything's kind of new and foreign to them, and they're in, like, a country they haven't been in before. I like how exciting it is to them. It's very cute. Thank you for waiting. Mr. Garadeb will see you now. This way. If only she knew in 100 years maid cafes would exist. Ooh. This guy's got... He's looking like a crescent moon. Hello. Good day to you. John Garadeb at your service. Pleased to meet you, sir. This is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. He's a defense lawyer. Do excuse me not getting up. Took a shot to the knee a few years back in the Battle of Mayon, don't you know? Oh, the temptation to make a shot in the knee choke. Earned a medal for my pains, but had to withdraw from service. Handed over the reins to the up-and-comings. So he's a retired soldier. It's a hell of a job getting up and down the stairs now, I can tell you. Don't get out much, as you can imagine. Yes, it's quite a climb up here to the second floor, isn't it? I was panting at the top of the stairs. Ryunosuke! You really must take more exercise, Mr. Naruhodo. Ugh, do you think so? Well, Mr. Garadeb, no doubt you were very courageous to earn yourself a medal. Oh, it was nothing. The medal's just a folderol, really. Wouldn't like to offend the general, though, so I grudgingly displayed it on the wall. Why don't you fetch it down, Joan? Let these good people see it properly. Joan, fetch the... Ah! Oh my god! Dash it all, woman, be careful! Oh, dearie me, I do beg your pardon, sir. You jolly nearly took the skin off my hands. Oh my god, I shall be more careful, sir. So anyway, there you have it. Living the quiet life now. Yes, I see. I didn't know Chris Pratt was in this game. Chris P. Rat. He's so cool. Mario will be played by Chris Pratt. He's so cool. Now then, I hear you want to know about the chap launching downstairs. Is that right? Yes, we would be very grateful if you could answer some questions for us. Only too pleased, naturally, especially if it helps to keep the peace here in Blighty. We forged an alliance with the Empire of Japan recently, as I'm sure you're aware. So this case is very much in the public eye, as it were. Oh, is it? Ooh, that's a lot of pressure on us. Even had some famous detective poking around, you know, in this old house, would you believe? Where is he now? Where did he go? Yes, Mr. Herlock Sholmes! Could have been. Didn't catch the chap's name. Not really my cup of tea, all that detective business. Oh my god, yeah, he has a whole cannon! That didn't register to me. What? Why? Why? Like, for fun, yes, but why? Oh, but you have a copy of Rant's magazine here, so... no. Oh, he's sweating. Is he a secret fan? Is he a closet fan? Anyway, the chap's investigating the foreigner's room as we speak. So he's in Soseki-san's room. It's a bally nuisance is what it is. The whole neighborhood's twitching its curtains now. I don't like all this fuss. It's jolly unsettling. Yes, wage war on the HOA. Good. Do it. I want to see the chaos. Alright, what about Mr. Natsume? What can you tell us? About Mr. Natsume then, Mr. Garadeb. Please do tell us. Yes, Sholmes is here! He's downstairs! Ah yes, the Japanese chap. Only been lodging here for a week. Oh, just 1 week? So you moved in very recently then. I have 2 lodgers most of the time. One on the ground floor and one just below us. The first floor became available a week ago, you see. There've been— Ah! Dash it all, Joan, do be careful! Oh, my goodness. I'm terribly sorry, sir. If you want to know my opinion, I thought he was a shady sort from the moment I set eyes on him. Oh, okay. This guy is a reference to one of the Holmes books. Don't look it up, though. The title of the book could be a spoiler at this point for the game. Oh, thank you so much for the warning, Kobez. I will remember that. Thank you so much. I won't look it up until we're done this case. Oh? Why? You have a feeling the maid maybe isn't a huge fan of this job or this guy or something. Or maybe she just is that absent-minded. It would be fun to find out. He seemed to have a most nervous disposition, always shaking and looking over his shoulder. The man had "shady" written across his sweat-soaked brow, if you ask me. I said to myself, Joan, that man is trouble. Sooner or later he's going to do something untoward. Kimiko, hello, it's good to see you. How are you doing? And I'm rarely wrong about anything. We won't be calling this maid as a witness, that's for sure. He's stirring the tea with his pipe. Hello? Was there anything else that struck you as suspicious about the man at all? Yes, oh yes, indeed there was. And she's dying to tell us. Oh boy. Either that or this maid is running this whole household and keeps them in line with hot tea. Maybe. That'd be funny too. Had you noticed anything else at all about your lodger, Mr. Natsume? Oh my word, yes. The man was shadier than an orchid. Than an orchard. Could you elaborate? Well, take the man's room. Absolutely stuffed full of books it is, more than anyone could ever read. And he never so much as passes the time of day with another living soul. I haven't seen a single visitor call. He just trots off to that old bookshop every single day and comes back at 5 to light the gas fire. And the funny little man is up long past the time everyone else in the house has gone to bed too. Oh, I see. Yes, I've been doing good. I've had a nice little trip. I'm gonna go on another one starting tomorrow, but I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to being able to stream again and being able to stream tonight. The gentleman on the ground floor goes to bed at around 9 each night, but I've never known that Japanese fellow to retire any earlier than 2 in the morning. Sounds like what my neighbors would say about me. Could you clarify something, I wonder? What, pray? How do you know so much about Mr. Natsume's routine? Oh! I'd understood that neither of the lodgers live on this floor of the house. Is that correct? That's a good point. That's right, yes. They're both below us, on the first floor and street level. Then, how is it that you know so much about the lives of your lodgers? The precise times that they come back in the evening, for example. Even the times they go to bed. Ah! Good grief, Joan! Be more careful, woman! Oh my goodness, sir. I'm terribly sorry, sir. That feels like some dodging there. Something doesn't add up here. Aw, thank you, Kimiko. That's so nice of you to say. I hope you've been doing well, too. It seems that the incident took place at around 5 in the evening. Did you happen to look out of the window at around that time? The window? Yes, we noticed that the window over there looks out over Briar Road. The incident took place on the pavement, just on the far side of the street. Was there anyone suspicious loitering nearby? 5 o'clock's dinner time in the Garadeb household, so I'm afraid I don't remember seeing anything. How about you, Joan? No, sir. It would have been dusk outside already at that hour. Oh, that's such a cute emote, Kimiko. I like that. And with the fog as well, I should think it would have been quite impossible to see the other side of the road. Oh, I see. Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary, then? Such as? Anything at all, even if it seems unrelated. Well. Yeah, maybe some suspicious youths outside? Yes, was there something then? Well, it's nothing particularly significant, but at around that sort of time here in the— Ah! For the love of God, Joan, watch what you're doing! Oh, dearie me, what have I done? I'm awfully sorry, sir. Do be more careful, woman. Of course, sir. If I may, Mr. Naruholo. Oh, Yes? I know, I'm suspicious of Joan. I'm very suspicious. I know, amazing this maid still has a job. I have an exceedingly good memory, and as far as I remember, nothing of any significance took place here at that hour. Nothing at all. Oh, really? Mr. Garadeb. The way you were talking before, it sounded rather like there might have been. Oh, well, as I was saying, it was just a trifling matter, really. Nothing of— Ah! Joan, let him finish. Joan, dash it all, what's the matter with you, woman? Can we send the maid out while I talk to him? Begging your pardon, sir. Nothing happened. Yes, quite. Nothing happened. We sat down to a quiet, uneventful meal. Joan? That's right, Mr. Garadeb. What is the matter with these two? Oh, we need to find a way to get information out. It sounds like something happened here in this room on the evening of the incident. But what? I wish I knew. Many Cakes, hello, nice to see you! How are you doing tonight? I know, right? There was the inspector with his infinite potato chips, now we have a tea with infinite maid. This game's amazing for infinite food. Could you tell us which floor Mr. Natsume's room is on? Why, certainly. Just below us on the first floor. And Mr. Sholmes is investigating there, even as we speak? Yes. Told me Nuts, his name, had asked him to look into the matter, so I gave him the key. Mr. Natsume has engaged Mr. Sholmes' services! That's a blatant lie. Would it be alright if we also had a look around? In Mr. Natsume's room, I mean. Don't see why not. It's just down one flight of stairs. Who knows if we'll find anything that could help us with the case, but we have to try. We need all the clues we can lay our hands on, shall we? Yes, and while we're there, we can speak with Mr. Sholmes again. Perhaps he'll be able to tell us more. Off to see Sholmes. Actually, we are going to examine the room a little bit more. That's a full-size cannon! What's it doing in here? Oh my, it's real! I thought it might be a replica! That old thing? Bah, that's a little more than a toy. Sorry? The army was selling it off when I retired, so I decided to give it a new home. Never know when the enemy might attack next. Jolly useful to have a cannon about the house. Yuzuki, don't call me out like this! Don't call me out like that! I'm being very good at acting and being in character. I'm really good at selling the enthusiasm. I'm a good actress. Really? Isn't it overkill? Be prepared, I always say. You never know what this twisted world is going to throw at you next, boy. Do you think there may be trouble brewing, Mr. Garadeb? Always is. Take Joan here. Never fails to have a clean apron in reserve. Dries them over the barrel, you see. They dry very well on the cannon there, Joan tells me, which rather proves my point, I feel. It's been reduced to a drying rack. No wonder the huge cannon looks like it's hanging its head in shame. Let's see, what else is there to look at? Can I look at the jacket? I'm glad you're as excited as Susato, Asterix. I hope he lives up to everything you're imagining. That uniform looks fairly ancient, doesn't it? Oh, that's true, they have a clothesline right there and she's using the cannon? What? It's clearly been well looked after, though. That old thing? Pah, not much better than rags, really. Oh? Wore that ceremonial garb at my retirement bash, you know. But I'm not one for dwelling on the past. Me would have gladly thrown it out, but you know how it is. Anyway, doesn't hurt to have the odd piece of memorabilia lying around, does it? Oh, I see. Perhaps we should leave the past in the past. It's a power play? Maybe. We're learning a lot about these two. That looks like a Medal of Honor, and it's showcased on a very grand banner. Yes, it's displayed with some pride, I would say. Although it bothers me that it's not straight. What? That old thing? Sorry? I should be glad to see the back of it, but the general would turn in his grave if I disposed of it. The wall's the best place for it. Keeps the bally thing out of my way. So it's just been polished to shine by accident, I suppose. There appears to be an inscription on the metal itself. Look. Let me see. It says, "For distinguished participation." Sounds like the kind of honors even I could be in line for. Ryunosuke, come on, bro. Well, one doesn't like to blow one's own trumpet, but I was given that for my time in the army. Can't measure an officer by the number of medals to his name, of course. Common knowledge in military circles. Sounds like maybe he wants us to think he's a bigger deal than he was. Look at that enormous screen. It must have been put there deliberately, surely. Yes, it certainly seems like someone's trying to hide something from view. What could be behind it, I wonder? I'm going to have a very quick look. Just a little peek. Ahem, ahem. Maybe let's not, Miss Susato. I think the maid is going to head us off with a cup of tea. Ahem, ahem. Oh boy. Alright. Oh, we can move the camera. Ooh, okay, let's check out the dinner table. Anything of note here? This old candle holder looks a little out of place here, wouldn't you say? Yes, you're right. It's clearly supposed to be gold, but it's almost completely black for some reason. That old thing, yes. Just a cheap piece of ironmongery. Gimcrack, really. Oh. Used it when I was studying, don't you know? For my commission. I know it's old. Hardly worth hanging on to, really, but, well, still has its uses sometimes. Of course. Does everything in this room have some elaborate story behind it? They're memories, Mr. Naruhodo. Memories. I hope the maid is the culprit and her angry animation is the tea fuming. That would be so fun. Oh, let's see, what else is there? We can look at the desserts. Oh, look! What a wonderful collection of cakes lined up on that gleaming silver cake stand. Lined up, it looks more like someone has half demolished them to me. Afternoon tea was a time of indulgence, you know. It is quite the English way. It is Mr. Gardeb's custom to take 2 cakes with his tea. That sounds delightful. Oh, wait a minute, though. There are at least 10 cakes on this cake stand. Well, naturally, and it would never do to waste the leftovers. So whatever Mr. Gardeb doesn't eat, I say to myself, Joan, you shall have to tidy up. How magnanimous of you. You know what? I respect her. Good for you, girl. I would do it too. Look at this crockery on display here. It's rather unusual, isn't it? Oh my, a genuine London dresser, isn't it delightful? Although the shelves seem to be broken and the crockery is, oh dear, it's in pieces. It really is. The word cracked wouldn't do that chinaware justice. Yeah, if you want those desserts, take them. Ah, I wonder. Perhaps the cannon was fired at it. Yes, probably something like that. But let's not delve too deeply here. Let's see, is there anything else to look at? Oh, the window, of course! We should take a look at what their view is. This window looks out over Briar Road, where the young woman was attacked. Oh yes, I can make out the policeman on the far side of the road investigating the crime scene. The glass is rather murky, isn't it? You can't see very clearly. Does this thing open at all, I wonder? I shouldn't underestimate the bitterness of a London winter, sir. Sorry? As soon as you open that window, the tea will freeze in the pot. No Londoner would go opening windows at dusk in the middle of winter, I assure you. It seems very unlikely that these two would have seen anything of the incident then. I don't know, I'm still suspicious. Ah! Graz, primordial pouch, what are you doing here? Oh my gosh. Thanks for the you're mine. Okay. Oh, books right here. I nearly missed that. I notice you have a pile of books here, Mr. Gardeb. Do you enjoy reading? Graha's here. Wow. Ever experienced a London winter, boy?
You're mine.
Oh, I wasn't looking. That scared me again.
You're mine.
Cope. Oh my god. Both Kobe's Nero and Kobe's with a mustache. They're doing it too? A celebrity, truly! Ever experienced a London winter boy? The nights are long. No better way to pass the time than in front of the fire with a jolly good book. It's no, it's not! No, he doesn't have a pouch. You sticky thing. Listen, there's no pouch. There is no pouch. He doesn't have a pouch. Looks at it. Hello! Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, raiders. Let me give you a shout out. What a time to come in. Oh, you were playing Life is Strange too. Nice. How's that going, Luxodin? Yes, I'm on a lot of copium. Hello, my team's fault. Welcome to the stream.
You're mine.
As you can see, my chat is having fun right now. Oh, and Chino DX, thank you. Hello, how are you doing? How's your guys' stream? How's Life is Strange? Oh, you just started? Nice. So are you on the first episode of Life is Strange 2 then? That's exciting. Always fun when you're starting a new game. Oh, there's a copy of Rant's magazine here, I see. No doubt Mr. Gardeb enjoys the adventures of Herlock Sholmes too. The great detective has a great many followers, it would seem. Alright, I want to double check. Okay, I can't examine this thing on the ground separately. So I guess we are done here. Do you guys know what that means? Do you realize what that means? Oh man, a small dark room rented by a visiting scholar from the Empire of Japan by the name of Soseki Natsume. Oh boy, here we go. Excited. Ooh, this is a cat! Cat! There's a cat! 19th of February, Mr. Natsume's room. Look at it, it's sleeping, it's so cute! What? Just look at this place. And smell it, it's so musty in here. I suppose it's the mountains of old books that are responsible for that. Cat. El gato. Let me pet it. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen so many books in all my life. No, me neither. I'm so sorry for scaring you, Kobe's. I was really excited about the cat. It's so dark in here, too. Is that the window over there? Oh, it's all... You can't see out it. Well, it was the window, I think, yes, once upon a time. But for some reason it's been closed up with bricks and mortar. Huh. Essie, hello! How are you, Essie? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Aww. Oh, Essie and Asterix are fighting. All right. Throw down. Okay. Ah! Essie timed out Asterix. Essie, I can't believe you hopped in here and saw that you got promoted to mod and this is what you do. Essie. Oh my gosh. Ah! She timed out Asterism too as he's gone mad with power. Someone stop her. Someone has to fight her and stop her. Oh no. Oh no. So this is where Mr. Natsume lives. By the way. No! Don't delete Yuzuki! No! No, you can't! No! No! She's gone! Essie! Essie's killing everyone. She's on a rampage. She's bloodthirsty. Such devastation. This was not my intention. Oh no, my god, Essie. Who's she gonna get next? I do too. I think Essie really has, like, the upper hand here. Oh no. Essie, you gotta be careful. You guys gotta be careful before Essie kills you. Oh my goodness. Good to see you, Essie. I hope you're doing well. Oh my goodness. Oh, how have you been, Essie? Rose is going in Essie's direction. Uh-oh. Yep, Essie's been going on a rampage. Love you too, Essie. Mwah, mwah, love. That was me blowing kisses. Mwah, mwah. I haven't spotted Mr. SHOLMES anywhere, have you? No, that's true, but according to what Mr. Gardeb told us, the great detective should be around here somewhere investigating. Alright, I guess we gotta search for him. Okay, first priority is the cat. Mr. SHOLMES, I didn't feel good for a funny number of seconds. Yuzuki! Oh my god. Oh, you've swayed the wrath of Essie. Good. Good. If you train her, then she will be perfectly obedient and she'll be your guard dog. Or your guard fox. Oh my, what an adorable little cat. Oh my god, you're right. You're right. Robert Downey Jr. did play Holmes. Yuzuki, that was so clever. I didn't even think about that. That was so clever. Perhaps he's looking after all these books while his master is away. I don't know about that. He disappeared into that pile of books as quick as a flash. It was a tricolor Mike, wasn't it? Do they even have that sort of cat here in Great Britain? Perhaps Mr. Natsume brought the little creature with him from Japan. That's made me feel homesick now. Already, we've only been in the country for 2 days. You're so smart. I forgot about the Holmes movie. Yes, yes. Oh, Essie, can I, like, without any, like, identifying stuff, can I tell the story about our very first non-encounter? Or, like, my first memory of you? Okay. So, I knew of Essie before I actually met Essie because we kind of grew up in, like, the same area and the same, like, con circuit. And so I remember when I was, like, oh my god, years ago, I was going to see my friend sing in, the singing contest at the con. And then this one person comes out and they've got this life-size cutout, this cardboard cutout of Robert Downey Jr. with them. And they sing a song from Kagero Project. They sing the love song UK Yesterday to Robert Downey Jr. and change the lyrics so that it's about Robert Downey Jr. And that person was Essie. And, like, I always remembered this person and how funny I thought they were. And I had, like, a little video of them on my phone and everything, too, because it made me, like, lose my entire shit. And then now, years later, Freya properly introduced me to Essie, and we realized, I was like, oh my god, it's the Robert Downey Jr. singer from the con. It's such a small world. It's so funny. I can't believe that, like, I always knew of you and I always remembered you for so many years after that. It's so funny. Oh my gosh, so that's the story of how I met Essie before I met Essie. That desk seems to be wedged into a crevasse between the mountains of books on either side. I suppose Mr. Natsume would sit there and read while stroking his cat. But surrounded on all sides by these towering old tomes, surely he dreamt of books every night as well. Yes, he must have done, mustn't he? Oh man, I don't know if Essie still has Mr. Downey Jr. You'd have to ask her. I've never seen him in person. Oh, what's this? It's a receipt from a second-hand bookshop. Your books. Oh yes, Mr. Natsume's name is on it. Look, and the date of purchase. 2 days ago at 4:45 p.m. He had an unfortunate accident. No! What happened to him? That's the day of the incident. That's just a short while before he was embroiled in the terrible attack. He must have been on his way back from buying some old books. All right. Second-hand receipt has been entered into the court record. Not as bad as Matching Watson that got run over by a truck. What? Did you have a Watson cut out too? Where did you even get these, Essie? Oh my gosh. Look at all those books stacked up there. They almost reach the ceiling. They're all works of English literature, and they all smell so musty. With this volume of books to hand, you'd never be short of reading material, would you? No, what a dreamy idea. A bad dream, maybe, for me at least. Mind you, I don't imagine the book that's at the bottom of the pile now will ever be read again. Watson fell off the back of the truck when we were stealing it from the movie theater, and now our truck ran over it. So we left him. You left a man for dead, Essie! Essie, that's a crime! Essie, no! So reading it is an experience that comes but once in a lifetime, just as the tea ceremony teaches us. Kidnapping and just leaving a man to die in the road. What is wrong with you, Essie? I certainly didn't expect the conversation to turn down the path of tea ceremony philosophy. Let's see. Well, can we examine his tea? No. Oh, lots of crumpled up paper. Is anything of note here? Look at all these balls of paper on the floor. There are notes scrawled all over them, in English. It looks like the wastepaper basket is so full they've just fallen out. I think Mr. Natsume must have been deeply immersed in his research, don't you? You stole a cutout jade beads once and planted it in someone's shower, then closed the curtains. That's so scary, Asterix, but that is so funny, oh my god. Or deeply averse to tidying up his mess. I wouldn't like to speculate which is closer to the truth. Let's see, what else is there to look at? Oh, the lucky cat. Oh look, it's a beckoning cat from home. It's a bit big and bulky, isn't it? Surely Mr. Natsume didn't bring that Maneki Neko all the way from Japan with him. I hardly think you're in a position to comment, Mr. Naruhodo. Are you forgetting the enormous Daruma doll that you brought in your luggage? Well, it can be dangerous traveling abroad. I wanted a lucky charm. Well, I imagine Mr. Natsume wanted the same, and this cat is sure to beckon good luck to him. It's not doing a very good job so far, is it? Big and bulky! Essie. You mustn't say such things. I didn't say a word. Essie. Oh no, I have to say that out loud because I don't have text-to-speech. Essie, thank you for the bits. Essie says, Sholmes' big and bulky bulge. Thanks, Essie, I appreciate the bits. Why are my eyes such a giveaway? Okay, moving on. We're moving on. Let's look out the window. Can you even call this a window? Magnum Dawn. I think so. It was a window at one time after all. Although all that remains is a frame around some bricks now. So really it's just a wall then, isn't it? But why would anyone deliberately brick it up like that? I'm afraid I have no idea. Ah, perhaps Mr. Natsume painted the brick design in a fit of whimsy. Ugh, that's alarmingly feasible. Anyway, whatever the reason, the lack of ventilation in here makes this place very oppressive. Ooh, yeah, it'd be so stuffy in here. That'd be awful. It does. I imagine being cooped up in a room like this would be extremely trying. Ugh. Yeah, I wouldn't enjoy that. Let's... Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's remove the copium. I'm gonna take Riri's Redeem as a sign that it's time to remove the copium. There he is. Why is he just fucking reading here? I hate him. I cannot stand him. I want him dead. Look, Mr. Naruhodo! Aha! There he is. Where did he appear from? He seems to be engrossed in the pages of an old book. I hope he won't mind if we disturb him. Essie. Essie, I will kill you with my bare hands. I know, right, Riri? Your timing's incredible. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Oh, you two, good day. Now, let me see. Where was it that we met? I promise, Essie, I will kill you with my bare hands. You will suffer before you die, slowly. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, we were together on the SS Buria. Yes, of course, the Buria. And let me see, what happened on that voyage? Has that ad thing always happened? Oh no, was there an ad? I mean, it is set up for ads to play every once in a while, but if it spooked you. It was Kazuma Asagi. He died tragically, but you were a great help to us. Oh no, thank you for the bits, Asterix. Time for me to read this. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, how great to see you there. Oh, this book here, it's just the daring tales about your great cases. It shrunk your window and put an ad. What? I have never seen that before either. What the heck? Is that a new thing Twitch is doing? Weird. Huh. Oh, yes, but of course, the case of Mr. Asagi. It was the one with the snake, wasn't it? Oh. Well, you seem to remember something of it, at least. What an honor to be remembered vaguely by the great Herlock Sholmes. This is Mr. Oh, no, my dear madam, hold your tongue. I pride myself on my superior powers of recollection. Your names are safely recorded in my brain attic. Mid-ads will shrink the stream. I've seen it for a bit now. Okay, that's so weird, but I guess I do kind of prefer that to, like, losing the stream entirely while an ad plays. Because I always hate that when an ad plays in the middle of the stream and it's like I can't see what's going on in the stream anymore. See, Asterix, you get it! He's so stupid, I hate him, but that's the appeal. Fuck. Oh, God, I dropped my Joy-Con. 1 second. I was thinking too hard about Sholmes and I dropped my Joy-Con. Miss Naruhodo. And Mr. Susato. Try the other way around, Mr. Sholmes. I lose the first round. Listen, sometimes hands sweaty, knees spaghetti, you know how it be. In truth, I had hoped to invite you both to my Baker Street suite the day we arrived in London. But some Scotland Yarders ambushed me at the railway station and whisked me away to a crime scene. It was an entirely trivial case, of course. I solved the matter in no more than 30 minutes. So they apprehended Sasaki-san in that short an amount of time? I'm afraid the pursuance of a new case has dulled my recollection of past involvements a little. A little? It is a mistake to think that one's brain attic has elastic— but it's said by Mr. Sholmes. I don't know if he's smart enough to even think to say something like that to a lady. I'm gonna be real. God, it was a mistake to think that one's brain attic has elastic balls and can distend to any extent. I do my best to forget useless facts, lest they should elbow out the useful ones. Yes, those are my own words of inimitable wisdom. It's dumb, you know, from an adventure entitled A Study in Scarlet. Please, there's no need to quote yourself. I don't always remember my pearls of wisdom, but fortunately my associate pens them beautifully. He means Iris, I suppose. Hot man, brain attic empty, exactly. Mr. Sholmes, we have some extremely important questions to ask you about the trivial case you just mentioned. Goodness, what an earnest expression! My dear madam, I should be only too pleased, and this murky room is an apt place to discuss the murky case. Oh boy, alright. Alright, let's converse with Mr. Sholmes. Riri, thank you so much!
You know what, since this notification isn't going away, you might as well hydrate.
Alright, thank you so much, Riri. I will hydrate. Thank you, and thank you for the resub and for the 6 months. I appreciate that very much. Let me see. I'm pretty sure you can't. Yeah, you can't examine people in front of you. That's too bad. Alright. We know this to be the lodgings of a Japanese foreign student by the name of Soseki Natsume. It seems that you assisted in his arrest, Mr. Sholmes, for the stabbing of a young woman outside here on Briar Road. Natsume. Yes, I believe it was a name rather along those lines. But Mr. Natsume denies it. Was it really justifiable to arrest him on so little? Yeah, missed an opportunity. They should let us do that. I'm sorry, Miss Susato, but I have not in the slightest idea what you mean. What? I can't believe he was looking Susato-san squarely in the eye while feigning ignorance. I assure you, I am not merely feigning ignorance. It would appear as if the pair of you are under some misapprehension. Oh, how? I assure you, I have no recollection of accusing your stooped compatriot of the crime. But that doesn't make sense. The good detective of Scotland Yard made the following request of me, and I quote verbatim. We need you to ascertain the identity and whereabouts of a man seen fleeing the crime scene. A man seen fleeing. There were a number of books scattered on the pavement at the scene. From the book plates, I was quickly able to determine the bookshop from which they had been purchased. On speaking with the proprietor, I was immediately led to this address. Elementary, wouldn't you say? I believe there's a receipt around here somewhere from the establishment in question. So you don't think Mr. Natsume is the culprit, then? That I could not tell you. But it was aggravating my faculties, hence why I returned here. Yeah, what is it with all these games with these white-haired hot people? I know, right? What's the deal with that? This, like, light hair. However, this place is such a trove of fascinating books, I found myself quite lost in bibliophile. It's true, white-hair hot people are a staple. It's a very good look. Do not be deceived into believing that I am a man of leisure. No, no, no. Oh dear. Oh boy. Alright, what do you have to say about the landlord, Sholmes? Aw, tell me. Have you encountered the landlord of these lodgings? Yes, Mr. Garadeb, a retired military man. It was the first time I've ever met a soldier from the great British institution that is the services. And it was the first time I've ever met a maid from the great British institution that is service. I didn't think it was that funny. I do apologize. As you may well be aware, many households in London employ a maid. You blame Yoshi P? Me too. Yes, I have read as much in my Great Britain primer. And so conversely, whether or not a household employs a maid has come to betoken the social standing of those dwelling therein. Betoken their social standing? Sorry? Put simply, my dear fellow, those who employ at least a single maid are considered middle class. Those who do not are beneath that. In the upper echelons of society, of course, households employ enough staff to constitute a large family. Goodness, how extraordinary! As you can appreciate, for those on the precarious boundary between the middle and lower classes, being able to afford just one maid is of the first importance. I had no idea. It is for precisely that reason that I find great stimulation in the situation upstairs. Specifically in the retired army veteran, Mr. John Garadeb. Oh? Affable as he is, the fellow is hiding something. I agree, he is. Whether or not it imposes on the circumstances of this case, I am as yet unable to ascertain. I'm thoroughly lost on what he means to say. Alright, what do you think about this room, this dingy room? This room is thoroughly suffocating for the soul, my dear fellow. I assure you, any man whose lot is to dwell in a place such as this will stab somebody sooner or later. Mr. Natsume has stabbed no one. Ah, but sooner or later, as I said. I don't believe that's the issue here. About this dark little room, Mr. Sholmes. Oh, thank you for the thirsty redeem, Kobez. Alright, I will take a sip. I appreciate that. Obligatory Sholmes thirsty redeem. Yeah, very fair. I can't deny that one. Thank you for the redeem. No window. Well, I mean, I can clearly see that there's a window of sorts. but it's been completely blocked with bricks. Ah, I see. The answer to that question is quite simple. Window tax. Window tax? What is that? Surely not a tax on windows. Precisely that. Oh my goodness. Until relatively recently, a tax was levied onto households in this country by the number of their windows. Those of lesser means, having inherited a sizable and costly family home perhaps, rapidly closed windows up. Man, for real? Well, the rich opened windows here, there, and everywhere. In an effort to curry favor with those in power by furnishing them with large sums of tax money. How awful and unjust, forcing people to live in rooms devoid of light. Indeed, disease was rife as a result. So some 40 years ago or thereabouts, the window tax was abolished. But its legacy remains, as you could see, in squalid lodgings such as these, for example. I suppose Mr. Natsume's stipend for living here in London isn't very generous, perhaps. Yeah, I guess it would impact the wealthy more, but... yeah, those who don't have windows can't see the reason nor outside. Would appear so. I've done a little digging, and discovered that these lodgings were offered at an extraordinarily low price. Because the room is so awful, I should think. Apparently, Mr. Natsume only moved in here about 1 week ago. Oh, wait, that was Ryunosuke. Yes, that's correct. However, window tax was a real thing? Well, that's wild. I was sitting here as like, is SHOLMES pulling this out of his ass? But like, nobody was stopping to be like, that sounds stupid. Wow, that's crazy that that was real. Wow, I don't believe the low rent is explained by the shabby nature of the accommodation. Oh? Still, that is of little relevance here, a matter not worthy of further attention. Are you sure? I'm curious now. Ooh. Alright. Well, I believe I've told you all I can now. Thank you, Mr. SHOLMES. Ah yes, Mr. Naruhodo. Was it not your intention to become a practitioner of law? You remembered that, did you? Will you perhaps be offering your services in this very matter, I wonder? To the occupant of this room, Mr. Natsume, was it? I'm not sure. Not sure. On what grounds? Well, I actually defended someone in court here only yesterday. Really? Well then, I congratulate you, sir, on an ambition realized, and so promptly, too. The thing is, it's really made me question things. Am I right to believe in my clients? To trust in their innocence? Yes. Okay. Trust! Oh, that scared me! Oh my gosh! Thank you for the objection, redeem it for the bits. Oh my gosh, thank you, bastards. Oh, that surprised me. Yes, trust. Mr. SHOLMES. Mr. Natsume didn't do it, did he? My dear fellow, I haven't the first idea. Oh, but I thought that's why you were here. Didn't you come back to investigate? Ah, yes, that was indeed my initial intention. But there are simply too many fascinating books here. I couldn't possibly ignore them. Oh, I see. Nevertheless, there are two facts that I can state quite unequivocally. The man who fled the scene of the crime 2 days ago was the Japanese occupant of this room, and there are witnesses who swear to having seen the same man commit the crime. That is all I can say. Ah, and one more thing. Oh, what is it, Mr. SHOLMES? Tell us! I cannot say with any certainty whether or not it is of relevance to this case, but I am quite sure that the retired army man who owns this property is hiding something. Mr. Garadeb? Mr. SHOLMES said as much before, actually, didn't he? Oh, Mr. SHOLMES. Yeah, SHOLMES has just decided he's gonna hang out here, I guess. Seems the phrase daylight robbery is by some belief that it originated by the window tax. That's really interesting, man. That's really interesting. Thank you guys for researching all this and sharing it. I feel like I'm learning a lot. Anyway, at present, that is really all that plays on my mind in relation to this case. Mr. Naruhodo, as yet our investigations have uncovered nothing that could help establish Mr. Natsume's innocence. No, you're right. Perhaps it's time we probed a little deeper into Mr. Gardep's secret. Just remember, I cannot be sure whether the landlord's secret will prove to be of relevance or not. But I wish you every success, of course, Mr. Naruhodo. That would be a great way to get some money back. Remove some now and just get money back in back taxes. A busy man indeed. He's gone back to his book in the corner of the room. Is he still there if I move over? He is! Mr. Sholmes. Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes. Yes, so true. To be or not to be. That is indeed the question, Mr. Naruhodo. To be or not to be brushed off, that is the question, and the answer is all too clear. Let's leave Mr. Sholmes in peace, shall we? All right. God. Such posture. So true. Look at him. All right. Let's go back to the Gardep's room. Let's see what's going on in here now. And if we can get this secret out. Ah, you pair again. Tell me, was the detective chap, I forget his name, still hard at work down there? Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Ah yes, rings a vague bell. All that detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid. Well, Mr. Sholmes is in his element down there. Jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, Joan. Now then, why don't you tell me what— Ah! For the umpteenth time, woman, will you watch what you're bawling while doing? I shall be serving dinner shortly, sir. Okay, see you in a little bit, Asterix. Yes, of course. Frightfully rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to take your leave if you'd be so kind. Oh yes, of course. We are deeply grateful for all your assistance. Not at all, not at all. Don't get much chance to talk with young foreigners like yourselves. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Gardep is hiding something. And since no other avenues of investigation seem open to us at the moment, perhaps we should do some digging. Alright. Alright. Well, let's see what happens if we just talk to them. Okay, no new options here. This looks like it's just the same as before. Maybe if I present something to them? Maybe then. Nope. Okay. Oh wait, there's something here that I haven't examined before. Are those mortar shells? They're enormous. Ah, I hadn't noticed. What are they doing here? Ah, those old things. A couple of little rounds I accidentally fired into the barracks during training, you know. Became a bit of colorful regiment folklore, that incident. You mean you deliberately hunted out the spent shells? Well, I wouldn't say deliberately exactly. They're only scrap iron after all. Usually just thrown away, I believe. But you'd never know when things might come in useful, do you? Useful for what exactly? Yes, well... Joan here did manage to knock one of the bally things on my foot the other day while she was dusting. Oh no! Bill Gates would have been screwed in Victorian England. True! All the people with modern houses where it's just windows. Hadn't shed a tear since 1869 before then, you know. Maybe reconsider throwing them away? Let's see, is there anything else to look at that I haven't taken a peek at here? Carefully scanning. Oh! That portrait of Mr. Gardeb is glaring at me, I swear. Have you noticed that all the little frames contain photographic prints of Mr. Gardeb as well? Yes, and there seems to be a statue of a lion on the mantelpiece as well. Ah, yes. Seemed to come back from the local pawnbroker with that little trinket. Seemed to come back? What do you mean? The chap who runs the place is a bally wizard. Went into Solmes something and came out with that thing. In point of fact, now I think about it, I rather often find myself leaving the place with something I don't need. The lion ornament certainly does seem surplus to requirements. Susato-san doesn't pull her punches, or her throws for that matter. Yeah, I tried investigating it. It doesn't seem to let me. Even though I know, I'm like, that looks so suspicious, doesn't it? But like, yeah, I can't actually... Yeah, it just says there's nothing out of place. Yes, I've taken a look here, but... What the fuck?! No. Oh my god! I wasn't ready for that. Why does it always get me with that? I'm never ready. Noctis, hello, how are you doing? It's nice to see you. Yes, I'm not a PNG anymore. Look, I can move. I'm live 2D. It's nice to see you. Oh, what's he doing over there? Mr. Sholmes? Aha, we meet again, my dear fellows. Good gracious, when did you sneak in here? Herlock Sholmes, sir, at your service. Whatever were you doing over by the window? I am given to watching the evening sky as the sun sets, madam. Yet sadly cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture for such observation. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up here. Well... Keeping an eye to one's windows at dusk is the prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering. Oh, and one other thing, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, me? Asterix! Thank you so much for the resub!
Sholmes in the window? The audacity of this hot man.
So true, Asterix! Oh, and thank you, Noctis! Yeah, I'm really happy with my model. My mama worked really hard on it, and so did my rigger. I don't have legs, but here's a little bit of a better look at it. Alright, let me put myself back down. Back in place. Yay! Man, but yes, thank you, Noctis, and thank you, Asterix, for the resub. I really appreciate that. Your support is very, special to me. Thank you. I thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great mind. Wait, he's not talking about, is he? I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon. Yes, 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 let's do it, let's do it. Do you mean Mr. Sholmes? Oh, thank you, Noctis. Yes, let's go! Let's fucking go! There's a mighty secret in this modest room. Yep, fits with Mermaid. Oh no! I didn't mean to press that. Oh, what did I miss? Let's see, my eyes see even the most trivial of trifles. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo. I think so! There's just time enough for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before dark. Let's go! I love these! Mr. Gardeb, though it would seem you are a military man of considerably distinguished service, your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first-rate. Oh boy, Asterix, just you wait and see what this is. Agreed, Scarletify. I'm so excited to do another one of these. I'm afraid, sir, that it is all too clear to me. Thank you for the clip comments. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that later again. There are two conclusions I've been able to draw by a careful observation of your living arrangements. I beg your pardon? The first is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. Eh? And the second is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you. You are about to be discombobulated. You better get yourself ready, Asterix. You have no idea what's coming for you. Mr. Naruhodo, look! The old man's broken out in a cold sweat. Unbelievably, it seems that Mr. Sholmes' conclusions are both spot on. Has anyone made the Graha Blast emote yet? We don't have Graha...
Discombobulate.
We don't have Graha Blast, but we do have Lacrichilla. Asterix, thanks for the discombobulating routine. How could you possibly? How could I possibly know? You mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts. What does that mean? And I know only too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed. So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. He thinks he's so cool! I hate him! Alright, topic 1, nature of the beast! It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see. Yeah, he never outgrew 8th grader syndrome, for sure. This man. That a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls. Thus we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? Ah, for a man with military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Gardeb, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that lion statue. Yeah, his showmanship is so good. Yes, though an army man, you appear unimposing at best. A fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts. What is this piffle, I ask you? In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house. What? Yet living with such a wild beast proved more difficult than you had imagined. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well, yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to, madam? Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me that with one glance in your direction, it is. Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. For protruding from it is a handbill advertising a circus show. Ah! Yes, you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Gardeb. At Batty's Circus, a traveling show currently sojourning in a nearby park. I have observed the tents. God. Yeah, I don't know, maybe, Kobes. We'll have to see. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe. I most certainly did not. I believe I have made my point. The fearsome beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion. And as a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire. A rampaging Asiatic lion. Topic 2. Aftermath. No, I feel like I saw the hand mark too. I feel like I remember that as well. Now, Mr. Gardeb. It is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Ugh. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. I like to think that he carries the spotlight around with him. Amid fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage. Nonsense, man, I simply... But what, we must now ask ourselves, is the true cause of this pain? And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it is this pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household. And so you had no choice but to let it go. Yes, well, Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last, unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I am not mistaken. Oh, that looks like a candle. Looks like they dropped a candle there and it burned up. Oh, dearie me. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes. Too strong. Strong SHOLMES. There is no creature more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Was it or was it not once said by a certain noblewoman, if they have no bread, let them eat cake? Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact. Whatever do you mean? Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I need not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There's only one logical conclusion. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. The teeth marks in the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India. What a genius. Truly. Oh my god. What would we do without this man? Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this beastly puzzle. I cannot stand him. He drives me insane. I think this Sholmes guy might be lying. Oh, I'm so glad I did not oversell Sholmes. He's something real special, huh? He's really out there. Well, that's the matter with you, Joan. You're pouring scalding hot tea all over me. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Gardeb. I'm afraid I didn't notice. My deductions can be startlingly sharp. It stands to reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times, too. Oh. Mr. Sholmes, sorry to butt in again, but could I make an observation? Why, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. What is it, again? Well, your deductions just now... Do you really think a lion could have fit inside a room of this size? Indeed, it is the only explanation for the facts. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. But wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well? But if an uncaged lion had run amok in this very room, surely Mr. Gardeb and his maid would have been hurt, or worse. Ah, that's where you are stuck. No doubt the former military man held his own against the beast using that large cannon. I thought you said they sold the lion to the circus. And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. So how does this relate to the attack on the women outside? We don't know. We don't know. But I don't believe I have ever heard of a lion that drinks tea. This is just the road that Sholmes has taken us on. Ah, my dear Miss Susato, it occurs to me with some regularity that irrespective of race and breeding, whenever anyone lands on Great British soil, they are infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea. Oh, what a glorious notion. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, it's your turn to shine again. I had a feeling that was coming. A slight massage, that's all Mr. Sholmes' deductions need. You can do it! No, we're all at the same point, Asterix. This is just what Sholmes is like. Excellent. I've been waiting for my trusty partner in deduction to step forward, Mr. Naruhodo. We don't even know yet whether or not this is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. At least, that's what I want to believe. Let us start again. From the beginning of Herlock Sholmes' Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Alright. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Alright. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls. Thus we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? Ah, for a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Garadeb, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that lion statue. Hold it! I really didn't see the lion thing coming. No, but if you observe Mr. Garadeb's reaction, it rather seems as though some beast did indeed run amok here in this room. Yes, something with a very fierce nature, but it couldn't have been a lion transported from India. So what was it then? We must follow Mr. Garadeb's gaze. That will lead us to the true answer. Alright, let's see. Okay, it seems like... Oh? Interesting! Oh my god, is that the maid? Oh my god! What's this photograph? It appears to be from Mr. Garadeb's wedding. He looks very happy, doesn't he? He does, but you can't make out his bride. No, how unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face. I wonder what happened. Probably best not to delve too deeply there. Ah, interesting. The glass is broken, so you can't see the bride's face at all. But no amount of cracks could hide the woman's plump form. I think powerful would be kinder than plump, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, she certainly looks that. There's a lot of horsepower there. Ryunosuke? Oh, yeah, did he save image? And maybe his wife is pretending to be the maid so that they can look like they're, like, a better off, like, household? Not someone you'd want to upset, that's for sure. Oh, look, have you noticed her wedding ring? It's very large, isn't it? Yes, that's an unusual design. It looks like some sort of embellished sunflower. Ah, interesting. Let's check out Mr. Garadeb too. This must have been when Mr. Garadeb was still in the army. He seems to be carrying his rather stout bride effortlessly, and beaming a smile at the same time. I suppose he was very strong in his younger years. Hard to imagine now. He's thin as a rake. He sure did. That wasn't very nice, Ryunosuke. You shouldn't say that sort of stuff. My goodness. Okay. Oops. Now let's go in here. I want to present... Okay. We are going to present the bride. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that newlywed bride. Precisely, Mr. Naruhodo. No other explanation could possibly fit. Yes, this framed print pictures your wife, Mr. Gardeb. And while we lament the fact that her face is obscured, we can still make out her mighty arms and note the considerable horsepower they must contain. Please don't say that way, Ryunosuke. Just say she looks strong. Oh, indeed. Surely any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. I am! I'm joining in! I'm fixing his deductions! Honored might be a stretching point. Too late. The fact remains that the beast, which so clearly savaged this room, was your wife, Mr. Gardeb. Gah! The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. No, it's not quite a duel, it's more like I'm fixing it, and he's like, yeah, that's what I meant, that's what I meant. It's really funny, and it's a lot of fun. Well, yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to, madam? Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is. Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. Sold your wife to the circus. The poor, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself. Well, I don't know about fragile. Oh, dear. Anyway, Mr. Sholmes is quite right. There's no sign of a Mrs. Gardeb anywhere. But it seems there may be a clue as to her whereabouts. A clue that this maid is trying to hide. I wonder where Mr. Gardeb's wife could be. Alright, let's... Aha! There it is! There it is! She's wearing a very large ring, look. Oh yes, a sunflower design with some rather nice embellishments. And it's on the ring finger of her left hand, which means it's surely a wedding ring! It looks like it's on there for life too. I can't imagine it would slide off of a finger that size. That's something to think, Mr. Naruhodo. Not to say. Do you know, Mr. Gardeb's wife in the photograph had a ring very much like this one. It was a large sunflower design as well. Really, you have a great memory for these things. A large sunflower wedding ring. It's quite a coincidence that they have the same ring, isn't it? Oh, she's the sun and he's the moon. That's so cute. Oh, that's so cute. They're the sun and moon. I love that. Okay, let's present the wedding ring. That's a really smart little clue to their relationship. Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. Ah! Indeed it does. That flowery band gleaming on your finger gives you away. I'm not sure if it was a Greek story, because I know in Greek mythology the goddess of the sun and the god of the moon are twins. And I don't think they were ever involved in that way. But it might be in some other, like, mythology, I'm not sure. For it is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Gardeb's bride in this photographic print. In other words, you are no ordinary household maid. No. You are Mr. Gardeb's lucky bride. You are Mrs. Gardeb herself. Oh my word! Well, jolly fine detecting, sir. As you rightly surmise, this is the wife, yes, my Joan. Rather let herself go, you might say, but she was a bally corkerback. Ah! It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man, yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. The drama. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct? It's not right, I tell you. I was 2nd Lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment. A man is his pride, don't you know? By golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to have a single maid in his employ. Yes, here in London, one is rather judged. A household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. Ooh, you have a prediction? Well, definitely, even if you keep it to yourself for now, once the case is done, you'll have to let us know what your prediction is. I'd love to discuss and see if you were right. Shomes is like that guy during a school group project that barely helps out, but during the presentation sells the work as his own information. Oh my gosh. Though in my considered opinion, such concerns about appearances are a folly. You mean Mr. Gardeb has his wife work as his maid? Precisely. Am I right, Mr. Gardeb? Only in company, obviously. But listen here. This must remain a secret. Tip-top secret. Please. Man. The raging wife of Mr. Gardeb. Solved! Yay! Alright, let's move on to topic 2. Now, Mr. Gardeb. It is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Yeah, that's my first time hearing that one too, I think. Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is vertibly tangible. Ugh. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. Mr. Shomes is quite something. He's still calling Mr. Gardeb's wife a beast. Yes, as a woman, that feels rather uncomfortable. But Mr. Gardeb is standing beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all, has he? Oh, how true! So perhaps that supporting arm that seems to be propping up his head has some other significance then. According to Mr. Shomes, Mr. Gardeb's pain is tangible, though. What could that pose of his really signify? Aha! The slapped cheek. Kobes caught that very well. Oh my, look at that bright red mark. Gosh, that's quite something, and clearly made by somebody's hand. Yes, Mr. Gardeb has been slapped on the face, it seems. Hard. I've never seen such a clearly defined mark. Whoever could have done such a thing? Well, there's very little number of candidates, I'd say. Alright, let's present the slapped cheek. Something will be revealed soon. Wow! Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheek. And of course, the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek that refuses to fade. Was you, Madame Joan Gardeb? Well, yes. You've been desperate to hide the slap mark on your cheek, sir. Ugh! Yeah, I don't know how to feel about detecting domestic violence. It's a little bit of a weird vibe. How in the blazes? How did you work that out, man? Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow. That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. To keep your other side from view. Well, Now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves what caused Madame Gardeb to fly into a rage. Yeah, hiding it with him looking like a crescent moon was really clever. I just was ready to accept that as like just a quirk of the character design, you know? And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it's this pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Nuh-uh. Didn't Mr. Shomes say that the bills were all for lion fodder? Yes, but now we've established that the lion never existed. Which can only mean that the thing responsible for gobbling up all that food. was Mr. Gardeb's wife. Mr. Naruhodo! She's a person, not a thing. Yes, well, she's also a person who gave her husband a mighty slap around the face. One so hard that it left a perfect hand mark, in fact. Yes, why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder? I'd love to know the answer to that question. Yeah, it feels kind of strange to see him from the front. Let's see. Okay. Oh. Let's check out these broken plates. Oh dear, this plate has been smashed to pieces. And nobody seems inclined to tidy up the mess. Perhaps it's some sort of high art. Really, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, anyone who has a cannon on display in their living room is clearly a little eccentric. Oh, Asterix, thank you for the posture check. Yes, I will straighten up. Ah, yes, that does feel nice for my back. Thank you. Yes, let's call it eccentricity. Let's see. Oh, wait, what's on this bookmark? Is that a lip mark? Someone must be reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here. Look. Mr. Gardeb is clearly an avid reader. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark. Oh no, so it isn't. It is a note written in a woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. And look next to the signature here. Lip marks made with lipstick. Oh, what a passionate and romantic gesture. Don't get any ideas, Suzato-san. Oh dear, I'm sorry. So this bookmark is actually a love note then. Yeah, that would do it. That would do it.
Take that!
Yes, it is this love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Passionate indeed. Let me check the court record. Yeah, what is the name of the attacked woman? Do we know? People. Oh, I don't think we have her. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary, is the fly in the ointment here. Arrgh! But I don't know the Bolly woman. You don't know her? That note wasn't written to me. It was just in a book. I don't know how it got there. It was just in there, you say? That's right, that's why I've been saying, ah! A likely story. Now listen here, John, old thing, I explained it at the time. I bought the book at that second-hand place, and the note must have already been in there. So the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark, you mean? That's right, that's why I've been saying, ah! A likely story. For heaven's sake, woman, look at the name, it's written to James. My name, in case you'd forgotten, is John. Ah! A likely story. Are you questioning my name now? Thank you for the thirsty redeem, Riri. Ah. And there we have it. Arouse the suspicions of the female heart and you unleash a beast with the most ferocious bite. Ugh. Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I am not mistaken. Oh, dearie me. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Yeah, she shouldn't be hitting him or doing any of this stuff, no matter how mad she is. That's not right. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Ah. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes. Nuh-uh. Let's look at the candlestick. But surely Miss Gardeb didn't eat the carpet. No, of course not. But there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of disarray that this room is in is a result of her wild temper. No, that's true. So, this is the last part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction that we need to fix. We need only to follow Mrs. Gardep's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer. Alright, let's see what we can see. Yes! Yeah, I know slapstick is like a lot more of a thing in a lot of like Japanese comedy, which might be why like it turns up sometimes in like different Japanese media and comedies, and why there are like tsunderes who get like physically violent and stuff. Even if like, especially from our perspective, we're like, that's a little uncomfortable. But that's my basic understanding of it. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the candlestick. Most illuminating, my dear fellow, and of course the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible. Yeah, it's not exactly my taste either. It's not my favorite. Indeed they are. The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away. Scorch marks. It would appear that this room was the scene of a little marital altercation. Mrs. Gardep's mighty arm muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face, but on the entire room. The force of her strike caused a candle to fall from the holder. And in seconds, the carpet was alight and the whole corner of the room in flames. Yeah, I just find it interesting how even stuff like comedy can be so, like, dependent on, like, your culture and stuff. At least from what I know. I'm sure there are people in Japan, too, who are also like, this isn't that funny to me. This is a little bit, like, awkward to, like, see it played for comedy. For the most ferocious beast in the world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. And in this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you see, there's but one conclusion here. After the sparks of marital discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire. Oh, he's standing up. Oh boy. Mr. Sholmes, sir. No, it's all good. I think it's worth talking about because, like, in some ways, like, ignoring it can be a little bit, like, extra awkward too. It's hard to know how to respond to that sort of thing, but I don't think it was bringing down the mood to bring it up and to talk about it. Alright, deduction complete. She is strong. Like, if I can call out Rinosuke for talking about women in a way that's not very sensitive, we can also call out the game for, like, you know, using jokes that aren't very, like, aren't very fun. It's these dash long winter nights, you know, nothing to do but read in front of the fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good secondhand bookshop just around the corner. Buy all my old novels there. And in the pages of one particular novel, you discovered some rather illicit material. Yeah, that's true. How does this relate to the attack that we're investigating? What? That's like, I forgot about that for a second until now. Now I'm like, wait, yeah, we were investigating an attack. For which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems. Don't know about admonished. Demolished might be rather closer to the mark. And beast is most certainly not Ah! Here we go again. And the carpet? Was that destroyed by fire when a candle fell on the floor? Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing. I was caught between the old stick's rage and the raging flames. You paint a torrid picture, sir. One that would have been most entertaining. Entertaining? What? That's sympathy for you. Yeah, I'm curious if something like that, or maybe that's just what they want us to think with the wife. I don't know. I feel like we still definitely need a lot more info before we can figure out the truth here. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bally furniture started going up as well. We've had to hide the mess beneath that screen for the time being. Over here, Mr. Garadeb. Well, you have nothing more to hide now, if you'll allow me. Yeah, this is probably not the strongest bit to play with. I think it would have been fine if they hadn't gone with, like, the physical violence of it. I think, like, you know, everything else is kind of, like, in good fun of trying to figure out, like, oh, hey, his wife's actually the maid, and they're trying to pretend to be higher society than they are. Maybe the smoke has caused the window to become hard to see through? Maybe. Had all my favorite old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke. Gosh. Then the wife started hurling things at me. What a terrible sight it must have been. There was I, backed up against the window, under heavy enemy fire, incendiary books coming 10 to the dozen. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite book called The Lion's Pride. The Lion's Pride. Oh yes, your notorious love of big cats coming through again. I assure you the title didn't influence my choice in the slightest. So the poor man really did lose something dear to him as a result of the ferocious beast's rampage. Mr. SHOLMES' deductions turned out to be the correct once again. It can only be described as a great British wonder. I tell you, it was total carnage. Flames everywhere and the old stick in full fettle. Out of interest, what time of day was that? Not sure I can remember. It was 2 days ago now. Let's see. Around 5 o'clock, I think. So at exactly the same time, as a terrifying incident was unfolding outside your window on the street below. Even more terrifying on the inside, I can assure you. The whole of light could have been flattened outside my window at that moment, and I wouldn't have noticed a dashed thing. Oh, really? Well, Mr. SHOLMES. Yes, Mr. Naruhodo. What can I do for you? Well, I think we've got to the bottom of Mr. Garadeb's situation now. But what does it have to do with Mr. Natsume's circumstances? I can't help you there, I'm afraid. What? My dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that although I knew the retired army man to be hiding something, I could not be sure whether his secret would prove to be of relevance or not. Yeah, she was stabbed. So, yeah, I think a book flying and hitting her wouldn't have done it. I just knew you were going to say that. Now, Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind that all things fall into one of only 2 categories. Those relevant to the case and those not. That makes no sense to me. Well, no matter. It is of far greater importance that you make up your mind now. Sorry? Visiting hours at the prison will soon be over. Oh no, is it that time already? Thanks, SHOLMES! We spent all this time on this. If we're to accept Mr. Natsume's case, we have official paperwork to attend to. So that's it. No more time to think. Perhaps you'd like to betake yourselves to bidding us farewell now. I must prepare supper for Mr. Garadeb. Oh, yes. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we'll get out of your house now. Bye. Thank you both very much for your time. Soseki-san will be waiting for us, and I'm going to have to give him an answer. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm curious, can we still see SHOLMES in the room? No, we can't. That's too bad, it would have been fun. Alright. Let's move over to prison. Off to prison we go. Oh! We're being stopped outside the building. It's time, Mr. Naruhodo. We must hurry back to the prison. Yes, I know. Let's hail a Oh. What's the matter? It looks like something's going on over there in the front of the Gardeb's house. What's happening? Hello? I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Who are you calling an old man? You rum-looking niminy-piminy. What the heck is happening here? Hello? What? Nothing could have prepared me for these character designs. Nothing could have. Oh my gosh. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. Who's this Horatio fellow, eh? What are you on about? Who is this? I don't know. Excuse me. What the? Who are you now? I'm sorry, it just looked as though there might be some problem here. And my associate here, Mr. Rinosuke Naruhodo, is a lawyer, you see. Yes, these are both new characters. What an introduction. A lawyer? What? Maybe it's a fever dream, I'm not sure. Maybe we'll wake up in a little bit. Give him speech! Oh my god, you're right, he does look like Popeye! Oh my god. If I could be of any assistance, I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I have studied English law. Fine, I'll be on my way for today, but you mark my words. This ain't over yet! Oh, he does funny poses. What? Get thee to a nunnery. Do I look like a bloomin' nun to you? Hello? What is that face? It's scary. I don't like it. He's kind of scary. He did kind of dab. I do hope you're not injured. Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so genteel. Thank you. What was that all about? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. I'm not Horatio either. These are the characters of all time. Forgive the inquiry, sir, but are you a lodger here in the Gardeb residence? Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode. Mr. Gardeb mentioned that he had another lodger, didn't he? This must be the man. Why is he dressed like this? Do you happen to know the other lodger who lives on the first floor? Ah, yes, a gentleman named Natsume. Oh, more worthy a palmist in my battle of words ne'er could there be. Sorry, battle, did you say? Who is the stronger, Hamlet or Macbeth? Mr. Natsume and I sparred long into the night. I see. I don't fully understand, but it seems Mr. Natsume and this gentleman are acquaintances at least. Yeah, a gender-bent Ocho-sama, so like an Oji-sama then, maybe. So fair maiden, so good gentleman. I can tarry here no longer. Fare thee well! Bye! I didn't really understand him, but I think he's returned to his room. It seems he's unaware of what's happened to Mr. Natsume, so he can't really help us. With Soseki-san and that man as lodgers, the Gardeb house certainly is full of eccentrics. Anyway, I'll go and find a carriage. Yes, I'm sure Mr. Natsume is eagerly awaiting our return. I know, right? Why does someone who dresses like royalty rent out a room? Maybe he's an actor? That's all I can think of. Or he's just that much of a freak. Let's hope we can get to the prison before visiting hours are over. Wild. Did you just meet 18th Kafka? Mr. Natsume is neighbors with a clown, truly. Oh geez, what kind of voice did you have, Mr. Natsume? Oh, it's you. You're here. You came. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. I can't believe you came back! I'm so touched! We are so sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Natsume. Yes, he did alliterations. Oh, that's okay, Scarletify. I know. it's okay to not make every stream. Saseki Natsume is a real author. That's so neat. Oh right, I think I did hear that. That's so funny that they just put in this real author for some reason. Oh no, think nothing of it. Relax. If I were a cat, I would purr with pleasure at the company of such fine compatriots. Noble, nurturing, never failing, Nipponese. Oh, now let's not get carried away. Oh, I quite agree. Yeah, he was in Britain and suffered. So just like this guy. I see. There is nothing more reassuring than the familiarity of one's native land. On the other hand, who is this? Oh! It is through friendship and transcending international borders that one truly appreciates the fact. Such is my belief, at least. There's just really something about Soseki shaking in the background, while Sholmes is just in front of us. It's you! The miserable, rotten spy! The Herlock Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing here? According to Shu Takumi, Soseki's relatives said the game's developers could do whatever they wanted with him. That's incredible, I love that! That's amazing! I have no intention of doing anything per se, save observing, of course. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Well, having encountered some curious reading material in that gloomful room, and having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair, I decided I should drop in on my way home to see how our divested friend is faring. Gloomful room? At least your accommodation here offers a window, my dear fellow. In that sense, it is the superior option. Anyway, I must commend you on your taste in books. My day has been a delight and cost me not a penny. Oh, you! How dare you, Herlock Sholmes! Ugh. The way Susano's just looking at him. I've had it. I'm through. I'm at the end of my rope. I should never have come to Great Britain. It was a terrible mistake. Haunted by spirits in those accursed lodgings. No doubt my luck will be cursed in tomorrow's trial as well. My whole life is damned. What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo? He mentioned that once before, didn't he? That his lodgings were cursed, I mean. And there's much truth in Mr. Mustache's words. What? Cursed is a wholly appropriate description, I would say, for the man's lodgings, and indeed for tomorrow's trial. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, man. Oh! Yeah, that could be it. Mr. Natsume, what did you mean by what you said just now? Yeah, it really does sound like they're the complete opposite of the Conan Doyle estate. It's really funny seeing how, like, just how differently both estates treat these authors, or, like, even just their characters. Yeah, we haven't even done the trial yet. How about the trial tomorrow being cursed? Oh no, why are you looking so grave? You're making me nervous. I was just getting carried away, that's all. I didn't mean anything by it. Oh, I see. That's really agitated him. You don't mean the trial really is cursed somehow? Are you referring to the prosecutor? The Reaper of the Bailey? The Reaper? Oh no, what do you mean? Please tell me. Summarize it succinctly in 16 salient words. No defendant has ever survived a trial in which the Reaper stands for the prosecution. Ever. Oh my goodness, can it really be true? That was 16 words exactly. Yesterday, Mr. Naruhodo successfully defended someone against the Reaper. But then, after the trial was over, the defendant passed away in unusual circumstances. Mr. McGilded. What? Ah, I am impressed, Miss Susato. You have an eye for detail. Actually, the Lord Chief Justice told us. Yeah, McGill did! He fucking dead, apparently? What the fuck? In the omnibus that was on fire? What is the story with that? What the heck? Mr. Sholmes, surely it can't be that having failed to have the accused convicted, Lord Von Ziegles killed the man himself. Oh no, he couldn't have, surely. Yeah, the cops called him back. You have some wonderful notions. Sorry? The man isn't a mass murderer. He's a court prosecutor, my dear fellow. Oh, yes. Why, of course he is. Of course he is. Then why are you trying to scare me? It could be said, however, that the real truth about the man is even more terrifying than your hypothesis. What on earth do you mean by that? Oh boy, let's talk about the Reaper, my other man. Von Ziegles is a quite exceptional man. However, in London courts of law, exceptional does not equate to winning every case without exception. Ah, that's good! Susaki-san looks like he's going to cry tears of joy. As you are no doubt aware, in a British criminal trial, there is both a judge and a jury. The judge officiates based on the letter of the law, whilst the jury offers public opinion and common sense. It is an excellent system whereby the defendant's guilt is considered from several points of view. However, public opinion in particular is somewhat easily manipulated. Right. Criminals, and corrupt lawyers for that matter, can use it to their advantage. By any means at their disposal, contriving evidence, calling impostors as witnesses, and so on. By such underhanded means, those who would want to are able to sway the jury, which means that even in light of irrefutable evidence, the prosecution can fail. But it means the wrong verdict can be passed. And sadly, as from time to time, my dear madam, it is simply the reality of the situation. And that's all right. However, I can't quite tell if they have a symbol or not. I need another close-up on him. Those indicted by Lord Von Ziegles cannot escape justice. Their fate is sealed. Oh my. Though the adjudication may see them leave the courtroom with their freedom. Within months, they all disappear. Ah! Corn! Good to see you, Corn. How are you? Why, bonk. Ouch. Ouchies. It is most striking. Disappear? But how? Just stylized? Oh, very fair, Corn. Thank you for dropping by. It's good to see you. Have a good night or day or whatever it is wherever you are. Thank you. By all manner of misfortunes, sir. Perhaps they are trampled under a passing carriage. Perhaps they fall into the Thames and drown. Perhaps they are suddenly overcome by a raging fever. Ah! Bonked again. Or perhaps attacked by highwaymen. Bonked me on his way in, bonked me on his way out. Corn sure is a guy. Oh no. All examples of the reality of events here in London, I'm afraid, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, I knew it. I'm a dead dodo, done for, doomed! Oh yeah, that looks just stylized. Oh boy. Okay. When you said accursed lodgings before, you were referring to your room at Mr. Gardeb's house, I assume. Do you mean to say you believe the place is cursed? It's been a year now since I came to Great Britain, but I'd only been in London a week before I started to notice strange feelings in myself. That didn't take long then. Everywhere I looked, there were foreign faces staring at me, laughing behind my back. I was sure people were talking about me. I started to become nervous about going outside. They were always staring at me, all the time, from dawn till dusk. So I shut myself away in my room, but even that didn't help. The fear wouldn't go away. You must have been very lonely, having been away from your homeland for such a long time. I've had to move a number of times, most recently to that room on Briar Road a week ago now. Yes, why did you choose there? It seems a little inconvenient. The rent is cheap. I have so little money it appealed to me straight away. Of course, I asked why it was so affordable. The landlord just simpered and said, "The room is cursed." Oops. He quickly tried to cover his mistake, but I was too late, so I told him, "If you have something to say, then say it, but if not, don't mention it in the first place." Yes, well said. But it was true. It was all true. You mean the room is really cursed then? Ever since I moved into that windowless hellhole, my sleep has been plagued with nightmares. I awake feeling as though I'm being choked to death. And in my waking hours, people are stabbed in front of me as I walk down the street. I'm branded a killer, thrown in prison. Nobody wants to know me. I'm surrounded by scary, sinister spirits. Poor guy, he's having a rough time. If only there was someone, just one person on my side. That could be you, Renosuke. Can no one find it in his or her heart to believe in me? Really no one at all? To believe. Yes, to believe. To believe. Believe in the you that believes in me, Renosuke. Mr. SHOLMES. Ah, me, Mr. Naruhodo. Pray, what can I do for you? It's about the case on the SS Buria, if you recall. The Buria. The Buria. Ah, that case. The one with the snake. Well, yes. At that time, I was the suspect, but you believed in me and listened to my side of the story. And you helped us to investigate. I did I? Interesting. What I want to know is, why? Why did you believe me? I see, yes, you mean. Because you were a grimly dressed, shady Eastern fellow found with the victim in a locked room. Well, if you like, yes. I'm a little surprised that the answer requires explanation, my dear fellow. It's quite simple, really. You said, I didn't do it. But I could have been lying. Surely you must have had your doubts. You must have suspected me a little. I think perhaps you have misunderstood. I neither recall believing in you, nor in that which you were telling me. What? You see, the only things I believe in are those I choose to believe in. What? What do you mean, Mr. SHOLMES? I make up my own mind about what is to be believed and what is not. If I should like to believe in something, I do. The circumstances can hang as far as I am concerned. But I could have betrayed your trust. Oh. In that case, I should have made an elementary error of judgment. Nothing more. Betrayal of trust is an overused excuse, in my opinion. Aw, SHOLMES. He's given such good advice here. What a good guy. Meaning, whether or not one should trust another is, in the final analysis, down to oneself. It is a matter of whether or not one can trust oneself. Yes, yes, he's right. He's right, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Whether or not I can believe myself. Oh no, Kazuma! Oh no, Kazuma! No, Kazuma, I miss you, Kazuma! A defense lawyer's only as good as his faith in his client. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself. Kazuma! I miss you! You were so right, Kazuma. Me too. I miss Kazuma. I want him back. Why did they kill him? He was too good. He would have been so much fun to have around. I want him back. I need to collect myself to be SHOLMES, but I miss Kazuma. Well, my dear fellows, it is time we were leaving, I believe. Already? Visiting hours are over. The guard will be here shortly to escort us out. There is a restaurant near here that serves excellent trout. Would you care to join me? Oh dear, There's never enough time, is there? Oh, come on, Ryunosuke. Or Mr. Natsume. If you'd like, in the trial tomorrow, I'd be happy to represent you. Oh, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Yeah. As I said, I only experienced a British courtroom for the first time yesterday. And although the man I was representing was found not guilty, I lost sight of something crucial. Something crucial? What to believe in. The defendant, justice, or the truth. How to believe, even. But I think I've finally worked it out. I've decided I must believe in myself above all else. To trust my instincts. Yes, Mr. Naruhodo. And my instincts are telling me that you, Mr. Natsume, are innocent of this crime. And it's imperative that we prove that in court. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. I like that he says it too. It's really funny. It's really cute. I will fight for your innocence until the bitter end, with every weapon available to me. So I hope you'll permit me to represent you tomorrow. As I said when we first met, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who will listen to me in my native tongue. Of course, Mr. Natsume. It would be fair to say, Mr. Naruhodo, that your mind was, in many ways, made up from the outset. You merely needed the events of today to fully realize it. Yes, I think you're right about that. It's been a roundabout journey, but I got there in the end. We're remembering these two for some reason. Miss Susato, yes. Would you be willing to stand by my side tomorrow and help me in court? Absolutely. As I said this morning, you may consider me your personal judicial assistant. Aww, I love this. This is so sweet. The shocking events of yesterday's trial still weigh heavily on my mind, but it's time to stop looking backwards. Kazuma believed in me, and Mr. SHOLMES believes in me now too. Yeah, so it's time that I learned to believe in myself. Soseki-san has no one, he's all alone, so it's my job to help him, to fight his corner. Tomorrow, in the courtroom, with all the strength I can muster. Yeah! Do it, Ryunosuke! Woo! Aw, I'm so hype. I'm so hyped for the trial, I can't wait. Let's save. Alright. So, as per usual, that is going to have to be all for tonight, you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me through that. It was fun. I'm so happy that I got a chance to come back to this game before I go on my next vacation. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I had a very good time. It was fun hanging out and playing and discussing everything together. To be continued. And oh, thank you, and thank you for coming. So yes, I will be back with more Great Ace Attorney next Thursday, the 11th. Back to my usual time, my usual place. I loved learning nothing about the current case. Me too. But you know what? We got to hang out with SHOLMES, so I'm happy about that. From what you gathered from what the game lays out, the title of the book is definitely a spoiler, so avoid that. Alright, I will make sure I don't look anything up and don't Google anything that I shouldn't. Alright then, let's see. Time for me to try and decide on a raid. Oh my gosh, let me see, is anybody else playing the Great Ace Attorney? Let me check that first. Let me check that out. 1 second here. Let's see. Alright. Let's see. I see somebody streaming it, but who doesn't have very many viewers, but it looks like they might be ahead of us, so I don't want to raid them yet. Let me try. Let me see if just anybody's streaming any Ace Attorney. Let's see. Oh yes, I see some people streaming the previous one of the previous Ace Attorney games. That could be fun. Yeah, looks like they're doing the DLC case from the very first game. That could be fun. All right, yes, we need a raid message. Let's see. True, what would be a good raid message? Should it be SHOLMES related? Should we do a SHOLMES raid? Let's see. I think a SHOLMES raid is pretty good. I think I have an idea. Oh, believe in the me that believes in you raid. I like that. I like that. Let's go with that. Okay. Let me get that all copied and we'll put it into chat so that you guys can all grab it. Let's see. Covering both bases. It's so true. So right. Okay. Let's go with it. Let's do it. Okay, so we're gonna stream Atom Andrew, or we're gonna raid Atom Andrew. I'm not familiar with them, but it looks like they are a PNG tuber who's collaborating with a friend. So let's go say hello to them and wish them luck on the case that they are working on. So, thank you guys once again so much for coming. I appreciate it very, very much. I will see you all next week. I hope you have a wonderful night. I'll still be around Discord and Twitter every now and then. So I will see you guys later. Have a great, great night. Bye-bye!